Good morning, grasshoppers. August 19th. One of the last days for our E4 adventure, as we're going to be shifting to another move soon. Just have to do a little bit of a recap on how many E4 games we have played. Testing E4 over a period of weeks or a period of months or a period of games is absolutely one way to get comfortable with or learn about or basically work out see if I can change my I want to go back to the translucent board here. Not sure how long we've been switched to the standard board. Let's give Chess Informant their due, as I will be highlighting several miniature games from Chess Informant 152 in YouTube videos. In fact, I'm going to start on that this morning. If I can find my post-it notes to start marking up the pages, that'll help. Probably behind my books, of course. Kingslayer Sloan, better late than never, as I experienced minor technical difficulties of a personal variety on my way to the stream. I do appreciate everyone. I am FIDE trainer, National Master John MacArthur. My opponent probably has given up on the tournament and they should not be stiffing someone on games. Are they even online? Should we nudge them? Now, if your opponent is online, you'll see a green dot in their name. And here we see a green dot in neither name. They're certainly not on this particular screen. So that presents a problem. Again, Informant 152 will be highlighted in very short streams. We're also going to highlight the world's most popular player at the moment, Ragnananda. Where we can. I think he only has one game in Informant 152, unfortunately. Tomorrow we will be able to do a simul. Sounds smart. Thanks, buddy. You do an excellent job of hyping me up. I don't really like talking about myself on average. I usually prefer the command about, oop, not a Canadian, a boot. I should make the Canadian command with a boot and experience. Just for one day. Let's get back to our tournament. Well, that was unfortunate. Back to page one without a game. Fourth round, but at least we were able to make it in the fourth round. So this week, I celebrated my 38th year of teaching. Teaching chess. And I'm more hyped than ever to find new learning methods, new strategies, new ways of doing things. One in particular I was reminded of by Perpetual Chess podcaster Ben Johnson, as he highlighted several episodes back. Capablanca's chess fundamentals. Capablanca's chess fundamentals begins with the end. like it should be a song. Capablanca's Chess Fundamentals is a book that was re-edited maybe a decade or so ago by a good friend of mine, Grandmaster Nick DeFermian, who is the resident Grandmaster at the Mechanics Chess Club in San Francisco, probably the oldest, more than likely the oldest, certainly the oldest chess club in the United States. If you are ever in San Francisco, you should definitely check out. I believe it's on Market Street, right in the heart of downtown. Do not expect to be able to park so easily near the Mechanics. That is definitely a parking not far away and walking to the location. But the Mechanics Chess Club is located in the Mechanics Library in downtown San Francisco. I believe they have tournaments on Tuesday nights. They have one evening tournaments. They have all evening tournaments, weekend tournaments on a regular basis, and they even have a Twitch website if you search the Mechanics. Good morning, Dark Blade. How are you? I'm very okay. Let's check out Alireza, who should be winning the tournament as the highest rated. Yesterday, I managed to win Rook and Bishop versus Rook when my opponent missed a stalemate. Quite crazy. Now, this should not be that difficult. What he really needs to do is run the Rook out of squares. I believe he's headed in that direction. Run the Rook out of squares. I might have kept the pawn protected. And played a strategy of going Rook to d8, Bishop d6, and Rook to f8 with my king on e3 to at least run him out. Now he has crossed over. With the extra pawn, this should be a very simple technical win. It looks like it's gotten more complicated for Chess Demon than it needed to be, though. That was a tough call. You're going to be forced back, I believe. But maybe not. Actually, maybe you are. I don't know how that makes any progress after another rook check. That particular move. What a cleverly done concept. Oops. It's going to take a lot more work. He does have his king in front of the pawn, so he should be able to win this one almost effortlessly. I'm not sure how you're going to capitalize on that one. Alireza GM. I would have gone to the side for a check along the file. But and the king and pawn ending is winning. And we needed just to cross and cover. Not bad, not bad. Alireza found his own way in that technical finish. Zephyr, good morning. Sorry to not see you there for just a moment. No, it was never a draw. There were a couple moments where he could have made life a little bit more difficult for his opponent. We're returning to the Sicilian this morning. I said I was going to play the Alekhines defense against anyone lower rated than X. Any rating differential than X. This is always entertaining. Against an early bishop to c4. Will my opponent find the move e5? Not yet. So how do we wish to go about this, Taimanov? Let's offer him some more. You actually don't gain any time on the queen with knight to b5. It balances out in the wash. But there are threats. Should we keep up the pressure? It looks like we can keep up the pressure. Let's put the bishop on that square for now, as I decide where I'm going to be placing things. Wouldn't mind a let's learn the Taimanov stream together stream. After all, I was not threatening to win the knight on c3 or the pawn on e4. I was, however, creating a lot of grief here in the coordination of these pieces. Starting to look a little bit like a game of checkers, I'm afraid. Anarch. Ooh. Let's see how we are choosing to go after this particular setup. Don't tell me that I've allowed this to happen. The good news is, if there is good news, that we have enough material to make this worthwhile. Let's just batten down the hatches first. Has my opponent seen enough tactics yet? I guess we will find out. And is he going to bother me in any way, shape, or form? I think not. And we are applying a consistent amount of pressure here, as best we can. Will we get into trouble this way? Namaste. Whoa, totally unexpected. That queen went offsides rather quickly. Oh no, there was a double attack there, sir. I'm apologizing in advance. Discovered attack on the queen and the G2 square. Moment of truth. I feel like this is deja vu at some point or another. I have had that same pattern of rook, knight, and bishop against an opponent's king before. Where is everyone from? If there's someone in the chat that I haven't found out where you're from yet, good to see that Rizev is there. I believe Anarku was Rizev's mother, and I would love for her to go over some games in the Sicilian defense. Just go over some good games. You did fine, in a sense, against me. Just going to say the first 5 moves of the Open Sicilian. Highly recommended. Don't try to avoid it. Ha! Levy suggests the A3 Sicilian. Levy and many other streamers suggest a variety of openings that take shortcuts. There's a bit of sensationalism involved. I think if you're going to play A3, you might as well just play it on the first move and see how easy the game becomes after that. The game does not become easier after A3 at all. So therefore, anytime you avoid the main lines, you're asking for trouble. Ideally, it is best to become a bit of Sherlock Holmes and just learn the main line. And when your opponent varies from the main line, you can do a process of deductive reasoning in order to decide what is lacking, right? Like, what is the ideal setup first, learning the main lines, and then when your opponent lacks the control of certain squares, you will be able to handle it. Now, what I mean by that is we do need a learning the main line series. How about that? A quick, short video tutorial on learning the main lines. Tired of bad positions? Learn the main lines. And then you can branch out from there, because all you have to do is add a line each time you play. Learn the main line, and when your opponent varies, add that line. And when your opponent varies, add that line. I believe that's how I learned how to play chess. I used that same deductive reasoning in the Ruy Lopez. I learned the main line, and I fell into my share of trouble when I learned the first 5 moves of the Ruy Lopez through bishop, through castles. and I played knight takes e4, and they played d4, and I'm like, wow, how good is that? And I took on d4, and after rook e1, my knight was in difficulty. So then I learned the open variation of the Ruy Lopez. I found some games in the open variation of the Ruy Lopez, and I actually enjoyed the open variation of the Ruy Lopez. And then I learned queen e2 to stop the open variation of the Ruy Lopez. So I enjoyed the Zuriel variation. So I would play queen e2 to not give up the e4 pawn, etc. from both sides of the board. I think of all the Ruy Lopez variations, because of my earliest experiences with the open Ruy, that is a particular variation that I enjoy the most. Absolutely nothing wrong with the open Ruy. It is very difficult to play, though. We have only one game left in our morning Swiss, celebrating Marisa Zuriel. She's an Argentine women's international master, twice Argentine women's champion, also American Continental Women's Champion, and had to win that in a playoff match with Sarah Sanchez Castillo from Venezuela. She's played in 3 Women's World Chess Championships. Pretty impressive. Let's get back to our event. Let's reload. Do I not have a game for real? Oh, there we go. Sometimes you have to refresh. If you are on a browser-based... Alright, this is our last game with 1e4 for a period of time. We're going to look at our stats. Run 2007. I am here. Usually it's the will you stream rather than the will you play. Will you stream MasterChessDojo? So let's see here. Against knight to c6, I'm going to give it the old heave-ho on Beating the Sicilian by Gowan Jones. Absolutely nothing wrong with black's continuation. Well, that's fascinating. Is this for reals? Wasteland through the highway. We're just going to keep blasting, blasting, blasting. Moment of truth now. Let's see if we can weaken some squares while we're at it. For grins. Only for grins. Well, I can't make that happen. Over 1,000. Just trying to pay you a visit. No great shakes here.
Hello there.
Sweet Deep, good morning. Now, do we wish to make life any easier for our opponent? I don't know that we are making life any easier or any more difficult for our opponent. But we'll find out as we attempt to create some form of shish kebabbery. Shish kebabbery in progress. And now for something completely random. Shish kebabbery. Where are you headed? Well, that's fascinating. Do we wish to do this, or do we really just want to leave him on that square? I don't know. Where is the knight headed? Let us decide after. One of my general rules originally was to make the game easier to play for yourself and more difficult to play for your opponent. Not a bad observation, right? Uh-oh, my opponent is giving up this dark squared bishop. Ye gads, folks. Should we? Or should we not? I think we should not. Oh no! A pseudo-mental pre-move. You can't play that move. You can't play that move. That move was good for me, I believe. Was that move good for me? Rook to e6. I mean, you had a tremendous advantage. But king to g8, I felt, should throw away some of it. Maybe not. Maybe you're fine. Maybe all I have to do is just clear that file. But you're right. You had a good game, Zephyr. Yeah. I did think that Queen f6 was the way to lock down on that one to a certain extent. But I mean, does it really matter how you are winning? Let's take a quick peek. The queen to d4 check could have been better, but after queen to c3 check, king to g8 was the right move. Absolutely the right move. Ishmael, how are you? Good morning. Unfortunately, no simul's until tomorrow. But we do. No simul's until tomorrow. That was the disembodied voice of National Master John MacArthur, somewhere in the background. Now, we rarely get a chance to impart our stream to the hands of a worthy, entertaining streamer of strength and overall happy demeanor. And I hope everyone has a great day.
Just do it!
I'm so sorry for the delay in the stream today. I just have a few things to do before I leave for chess camp. We will be doing miniatures from 152 and highlights of the World Champ and miniature format and the strong players in the world that deserve attention. Cheers, everyone. Have a great day. I will run the ending credits for Kingslayer Sloan. I think he's also going to get credit for his raid, I hope. We have Darkblade, Kingslayer Sloan as moderators. And Kingslayer Sloan, not a mistake. SLK Chess in the audience. Please check out his stream and his YouTube channel. Cheers, everyone. And ciao. Happy Friday. Mrs. Risen, happy Friday. Mrs. Reiser, happy Friday. Thank you. Go over some open Sicilians. I would suggest the lovely book, if you can find it in your language, 500 Master Games of Chess, or for you, Mrs. Reiser, Ali Haidar, check out The Greatest Chess Games by Mammoth. Ciao.